home and nothing else to do. So,
Wow. Wow. You know,
Well,
no,
one
go
of the
ahead, Brother
questions
J.
I want to ask, the governor recently vetoed a bunch of laws. The legislative session just ended with a lot of controversy with the drawings of the map. But one of the things they talked about is people renters' right, people who rent from landlords who are what you call illegally evicted. They put some. They was trying to. They was trying to like tap down on that where landlord would not go through the proper procedures and evict somebody who they wanted removed from their property. And so it's a good thing that that they didn't pass any laws to actually get people out of certain homes, because people still suffering from the pandemic, still suffering from the storms, and people are way behind on a lot of the payments. So I don't know if you heard anything about that. What if somebody is served with an eviction notice or not served with an eviction notice, and you come from wherever you're coming from, and you go home and you find your stuff to the side of the road? There was a lot of that going on in New Orleans. So I think that's a good thing. So I don't know if you heard of that situation.
yeah, I'm not sure what the update is on that. I know at the height of the pandemic, they did have a moratorium where they couldn't do anything and couldn't evict any people. That has been lifted. So I am not sure what's going on with that, if they are now evicting people because they're so behind, or they're giving them a chance to keep up. I really don't know.
Yeah, well, that was mainly dealing with people. The word illegal came to play about what's an illegal eviction. I didn't really know until I heard all about it. Meaning somebody just come in, kick you out of the house because they wanted you out of the house without doing the proper procedures.
Well, no. What they can't do that, because they have a whole procedure that's in the Louisiana Civil Code that tells you how somebody's supposed to be evicted. So you can't just come and say, "Oh, well, I don't like you today, I'm evicting you." It doesn't work like that.
Also, one of the things is a bill that would require anyone over age 17 who was convicted of the production or manufacturing of methamphetamine to register with the local law enforcement was also shelved. So he vetoed that one because it said that it would actually place what you call a scarlet letter on their record, meaning, you have a bad mark on your record if you're going to apply for a job, and that was the first offense, for one drug offense. So the focus should be on treatment. That's what the governor, So it's a fairly long list of bills that he vetoed, and I'm gonna go over them if we have time in between the sets. Now, anything else you want to add?
I think that's pretty much it for this week. I'll actually be back in studio next week, so if you want to bring the list, we can talk about that in studio next week.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I definitely appreciate the work you're doing, and all I'm gonna say is good luck in in the court. It's better you than me in the court.
With the prosecutor, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But if anybody needs to get in contact with me in the meantime, you can always call me at 337-534-4020. Once again, 337-534-4020. See y'all next week.
All right, and thank you so very much.
You're welcome. All right, bye-bye.
All right, our listening audience, y'all hear that? For all of you who are who are in a situation where you feel that there is something wrong, don't just pass it off. First, consult with the Lord. No, it's not about I don't want anyone upset with me. It's about doing the right thing, because we don't want to live with regrets. So if there is an issue in your family or anyone that comes to you and you need to know how can you get your loved one help, well, here you could go at the coroner's office. Make certain that you tell the truth in whatever you write down. Correct, Brother Jay?
Yes.
And let them know that you want help for your loved one. You don't want to, like I said, live with any type of regret. But again, we want to thank you all for tuning in to KIEE 88.3, the open line, with Brother Jay and Sister Khadijah in her absence, and me, your girl, Miss Deanie. It feels good to be back.
Well, you know one thing about
out.
Sister Khadijah, she's always hovering around. Well, one of the other things I want to read before we go deep into, it's Black Music Month here at the Open Line Radio Show on KIEE 88.3. All this month, we could be talking about black music. We definitely like to uplift. Sister Khadijah had an excellent show on her regular show on Tuesday afternoon, her and Ma Buck. So we definitely salute. That was a great show. One of the things I want to bring up before we go deep into it, the governor also vetoed a bill that would decrease the rate at which a sentence could be shortened for anyone convicted in the death of a peace officer or a first responder killed in the line of duty to 1 day for every 30 days in custody. They said that the reason he vetoed it because this bill would unfairly treat a person convicted of a crime of negligence the same as a person convicted of intentional crime, meaning a negligent crime, like an accident, and you didn't really mean to kill anyone, it would treat them the same as a person who had some intentional murder on their mind. So, there's certainly a lot of bills that, my thing is for the listening audience, every year the Louisiana legislature convene and they're putting all kind of laws on the book, and still, according to all the statistics, Louisiana is consistently last in all the negative statistics and consistently first, let's get cleared up, first in all the negative statistics and consistently last in all the positive statistics. I'm not making this up. People, do your research, get some factual information.
And you know what, Brother Jay, I am so honored that I had the opportunity in May to be invited to the Capitol while they were doing all of what you were speaking about here. Right. And people, I want to let y'all know that there are people fighting for us there. I didn't know this. I just thought it was whatever, but not so. Not so. What we must do, like Brother Jay said, do our research. Do our research. Get involved with our representatives. That way we will know what is going on. We were invited, and we sat there and were able to hear these be brought up, and not only that, but there are believers. When I say believers, and you know what, I'm going there. There are people who are on the front line fighting for us in the spiritual realm. My pastors, we were there with them, and it was, they could have said they were going on their own, but they included us, and we went and seen for ourselves, and we're involved, and we're able to sit in different what do you call these rooms here? I had to leave early, but anyway, the rooms where the senators were, where our senators were, to find out the chambers. Oh, Ms. Jackson, I had an opportunity to meet her. I'm letting you know there's so much that we can do instead of just sit around, like Brother Jay said. We need to do our research, people. But again, we must come with our mindset on the right thing. We cannot just throw slander against someone because, so-and-so don't like them. Why don't they like them? Why aren't they doing what they're supposed to do? That's what you may say. Go and find out. Get with your representatives and find out. Ask them about it. Don't talk about them in a way where they're not doing, but get with them. And if they're not doing what is right, then you get to where you can be with someone who is going to do what is right.
And fact-based evidence, you hear that a lot if you're watching the January 6th commission on TV. People always throwing this word facts-based evidence. Listen, I want to read this flyer, and again, on the open line, we definitely try to accommodate everybody who's sending us a PSA, a worthy PSA, and it's different from having a discussion about the pros and the cons of an issue. But if somebody's sending you a PSA for what their campaign is doing, you want to read it if it's something that's noteworthy to the community. In the city of New Iberia, there's a gun campaign, Saving the Youth, One Life at a Time, hosted by the Holy Ghost-filled Full Gospel Church and Iberia Christian Ministerial Federation, Donovan Davis. Turn your gun in and get a reward. No consequences, no repercussion. Totally anonymous. That's at Bunk Johnson Park on Hopkins Street, August the 6th, 12 noon to 6 p.m. Again, that's a gun campaign, Bump Johnson Park on Hopkins Street, August 6th, 12 noon to 6 p.m. That's August the 6th. That's a PSA that was sent to us, and this is what this radio station does. People need to look up what a radio station does. FCC-controlled radio station, especially when Mr. Charlie in the building, he's watching over everything. You make sure you say the right thing on radio, or else, my thing is, if you're going to do a radio show or any type of show, you got to get on a platform that matches your what the platform does. If people need to look up what the Federal Communication Commission is. It's a commission put together by the federal government and governs the way what we could say on the airwaves. Because if you could get on the airwaves and say, oh, there's a fire downtown, and there's no fire downtown, well, they're going to shut your radio station down. Mm-hmm. And that's what people don't understand, the rules. It's better to have a radio show than not to have a radio show where we could bring a lot of different subject matters on. So I'm just saying that for public consumption, before anyone else get angry about what we discuss or what we don't discuss. And I would say to anyone out there, build your own platform. If you're smart enough and you got the content, like they say, content is king. If you got good content, there will come. Just don't hate on anybody else who is trying to build some content.
That's it.
So,
and
anyway.
No, but it's true. And that is exactly how Ms. J would do it. That's why she developed it, birth the open line.
Well, Miss J was hard. She'll throw you off in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Get out of here with that, man. Go ahead, man. Where you heard that from, man? But it gives the people the opportunity to know what is going on in the community. Yes. She always said that, well, this is what is happening, Here's the number. Find out for yourself. If it's something that involves the circumstances or the situations that you're in, give them a call, just like with the young lady with the lawyer. You need to know anything, phone her.
Yes.
We're so thankful for freedom of speech in the right way.
Yes.
Not to always say harmful or hurtful things. But speak the truth, though.
And then you could criticize.
Truth,
you could have a discussion about the pros and cons of something, and based on facts and based on things that is in the journal. Not something that's made up because you feel a certain way.
That's true.
I want to also plug my other show that comes on Saturday morning, the People's Tech and Entertainment Show, where we sit down and talk tech. We also take technical aspects of music production. This coming Saturday, hopefully we have the very well-known prolific drummer who played with everybody, Mr. Greg Gordon. He'll be sitting in, discussing Black Music Month and Black music and the technical skills he has with the drums. So certainly that's an endeavor. Also on the show in the future, we'll have the youngsters in discussing issues with computers, issues with tablets, issues with the games they play. My thing is to try to discourage them not to play these harmful games that messing up some of our kids' mind, not all of them. A lot of children, that's a stepping stone for them to be innovators in the computer and technical world. A lot of them, it's a lot of negative stuff put up by certain genres of music that actually glorifies death and destruction in our communities, because it's out there every day. So hopefully tune in every Saturday morning from 9-11 for the People's Tech and Entertainment Show. Also check out the Community Defender every first and third Sunday of the month. Brother Darrell's been on vacation. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Sister Khadijah been producing that show for about over 20 years, so we definitely want to salute her. Also, check out Finders Keepers over here in the Southern Development Building. Brother Shaheed, great brother, I'm going to just say this. Just check out Finders Keepers. You got to be careful now. You got to be careful. But again, so many things going on. Tell us about gospel music in these times, Sister Deanie. Where's that? Where's that in the map to you?
It's not where it needs to be. That's one thing.
Okay.
But, no, Lord, I'm so sorry for saying that. Gospel music is good. You know why? Because the music that we put out, I'm pretty sure, I believe that it has saved, someone from doing something very terrible. It has encouraged a family, revived Christians who thought about giving up. We have great gospel artists right here in our city, in Southwest Louisiana, period. You know, you think about George Sorrell, Donnie Bolton Jr., Zoe Frank, myself. There are so many. Passion, the young man, Passion and Zoe Frank, right here. Y'all check them out on YouTube and let your kids listen to those sounds. Put that on in your home. And if you have what we all have now,